Patrick LaForge, the Oilers President and Chief Operating Officer, joins us. How you doing, Patrick?
Really good, Bob. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. You heard my comment about saying that my daughter Tori runs the Stauffer household, and I know that you have 3 children and one's a daughter. Is that true? The kids end up running the show?
Yeah. At some point you really realize you are just second in command. Everything lines up around the kids, including what car you buy, where you go on vacation, whatever you're wearing to work that day, or you thought you're going to work. Oh, Dad, you're not buying that car. No, they set the agenda. So I don't have any complaints with it, but as long as you don't fight it too hard, I think you're all right.
Well, there's an old saying, right? The happiest day in your life is when your kids are born, and the second happiest day in your life is when your kids move out. That won't be the case in the Stauffer household, I can tell you that. Look, you just got back into town. You were down in Banff, I believe, for the Hockey Alberta Summit.
Right.
We'll get to some other stuff around the hockey team, about the Oilers itself a little bit later on, some of the business side of what's happening, but how was the experience down in Banff?
Well, first of all, it was really well run by Hockey Alberta and really well attended by the associations around the province. And everybody worked from a table. So you're at a table and you worked with your group. My group were association leaders from Lacombe and Airdrie, Spruce Grove, and another fellow who was from Red Deer. And so I really got to know those guys and some of their challenges, and that was great. And Hockey Canada was there. Bob Nicholson and his crew were there participating. And Ron Robinson, the commissioner of the Western Hockey League, was there. And a number of Western Hockey League franchises were represented. Flames, Oilers, Hitmen, Red Deer Rebels. And then there was college hockey, the Bears, the Dinos, and that whole era. CIS hockey was there. And there was just moms and dads too. There was people could register from wherever, and they were interested. They had kids that were hockey players, and some of them were people who were just spectators of the sport, and they wanted to know a little bit more about how it went. Really, really, really done well, and facilitated by some real sharp people. Some of the presenters that were particularly brilliant were Ken Dryden.
Okay.
And who made a terrific presentation on Thursday night about his career as an amateur hockey player, a goalie playing in Etobicoke and going to law school. He dropped out of the NHL, to finish his degree. As you know, not a lot of guys do that anymore.
No.
And what do you think Ken would make today? If he was playing
$6 million a year at least.
Big number, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe 7 or 8. I mean, he's London.
I would think he'd be right up there.
I mean, he retired after winning 4 straight cups, right?
Yeah.
And then the first year he was gone, the Canadians lost to Minnesota in the playoffs in 1980.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he did everything right, and so Ken was great in his presentation. Ryan Walter was brilliant on leadership, and then George Kingston on minor hockey development on Saturday morning early, and all 3 of those. There were other groups,
right,
but those 3 characters were really terrific.
Well, George Kingston, of course, longtime head coach at the University of Calgary.
Yeah,
coached the San Jose Sharks when they came in the National Hockey League. Was involved in the Olympic. Good friends of Claire Drake, obviously, for a number of years. Ryan Walter, I mean, he's a really nice man.
Yeah.
Bit of a Christian influence with Ryan, historically speaking. His son Ben's a very good American Hockey League player.
Yeah.
What was his?
He was talking about leadership. He gave us an hour on leadership, and really gets right down to the science behind leadership and how it all works. And really, the value of that to minor hockey is, leadership's got to come from within. It doesn't, traditionally it's been top down from Hockey Canada.
Right.
We take out the center line. No headshots. Rules get, baked in meetings somewhere, and then they flow downhill to the associations. Well, the associations themselves really have, they use the rule book, but they really want to build up a way of enhancing enrollment and, growing the game. And so what we hear from the associations, although they struggle for money, and that's hockey. I mean, the association's great hockey. That's where you started. That's where I played too.
Yeah.
Every kid starts there, at your local group, whether it's Southside Athletic Club, and even before that.
Right.
A lot of us played, like me, Knights Columbus. And so, that's where you learn the game, and they want, some of the standard things, more fun in the game, so it's a better game to play. We really see streaming here, a group of kids who want to play rec hockey. And there's a group of kids, a fairly small group of kids, who either deserve to or want to play elite or committed hockey. And so we have a blended stream for a long time, in our organization of minor hockey. And as it causes some ripples, because some of those kids and parents want, they're bipolar on what they want out of the game. And but the average life cycle of a hockey player at amateur level is not very long, and only 10% are elite, and so hockey's trying to figure that out. How do you get better coaching, more teaching at the grassroots level? That would be really cool. People would like that. There was a prediction by one of the groups that said we won't be long before every association, like the Calgary Buffaloes, the Southside Athletic Club, the Maple Leafs, will have a professional hockey development leader working for the association. Not everybody will be a volunteer, because education is that important. It's nutrition now, it's athletics, it's lifestyle, it's on the ice, off the ice, it's personal physical development, it's all those kinds of things, but fun at the same time. So they're really breaking it down. The future of that is, I've never seen the passion level as high in a group of 500 or 400 people. It was fantastic to watch.
Patrick LaForge joins us here in Oilers Now. Bob Stauffer with